Known as the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix attracts people with its year-round sunny weather and stunning desert landscapes. The city's government buildings, including the historic Arizona State Capitol, stand as testaments to its rich history. Downtown Phoenix serves as a bustling hub with modern skyscrapers, iconic museums like the Phoenix Art Museum and the Arizona Science Center. As the state capital, Phoenix hosts numerous large-scale events, including vibrant arts festivals and professional sports, which add to the city's lively and diverse culture. Yet, despite being the largest city in Arizona and a rapidly growing political, cultural, and economic center, Phoenix harbors a darker side that is both intense and troubling. Phoenix, the capital of Arizona, stands as the largest and most populated city in the state, with an estimated population of around 1.66 million as of 2024. Ranked as the fifth most populous city in the United States, Phoenix also anchors the Valley of the Sun metropolitan area. Home to nearly 5 million residents, the city boasts a consistently hot and sunny climate throughout the year, with an average temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit and annual rainfall of just 7.22 inches, making it ideal for travelers who favor dry weather. Surrounded by the Sonoran Desert, Phoenix is celebrated for its unique natural landscapes, including South Mountain Park and Preserve, one of the largest urban parks in North America. The city is also rich in cultural offerings, with a variety of museums such as the Heard Museum, which showcases Native American artifacts, and Taliesin West, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As a business hub, Phoenix is headquarters to several Fortune 500 companies, including Freeport-McMoRan and Republic Services, two major players in the annual ranking of the United States' largest corporations based on revenue. In tourism, Phoenix attracted over 46 million visitors in 2023 alone, generating more than $12.9 billion in revenue, thanks to its renowned attractions, luxury resorts, and numerous golf courses. However, Phoenix also faces serious challenges, including homelessness, prostitution, gang violence, and a growing drug epidemic. These issues are compounded by extreme weather, intense heat, income inequality, and a lack of adequate public transportation facilities, painting a more complex and sobering picture of life in this vibrant desert city. Phoenix is grappling with a deepening homelessness crisis, with thousands of people struggling to survive without adequate shelter. Areas like 35th Avenue and Indian School Road have become gathering spots for the homeless community, with makeshift encampments even on vacant lots that technically violate city codes. A 2018 court ruling that restricted anti-camping laws has further complicated efforts by officials to manage this growing issue. Lacking alternative places to go, many individuals remain stranded on the streets, exposed to the relentless desert heat that regularly soars above 100 degrees Fahrenheit for prolonged periods. This extreme temperature takes a devastating toll, with hundreds of people losing their lives each year due to heat-related complications. The high unemployment rate, coupled with a lower-than-average household income, exacerbates this problem. Phoenix's median household income stands at approximately $60,914, significantly below the national average of $70,784, leaving many residents struggling to make ends meet. For countless individuals, the inability to cover basic living expenses pushes them toward homelessness, creating a vicious cycle of poverty and housing instability that is increasingly difficult to break. Phoenix is known for its vibrant nightlife, but beneath the surface lies a troubling increase in prostitution and sex trafficking. Certain areas, such as 27th Avenue in downtown Phoenix, Main Street in Mesa, and Arizona Avenue in Chandler, have gained notoriety as hubs for prostitution. As night falls, especially after 11 p.m., these streets become populated with women offering their services. Many of them, including shockingly young teenagers, are under the strict control of pimps who monitor their every move. While law enforcement regularly patrols these areas and attempts to curb illegal activity, they face complex challenges. Many of these women are trapped in a cycle of human trafficking that is difficult to dismantle. Pimps operate from the shadows, often watching from nearby bars or gas stations, maintaining control over the women from a distance. Even when police are able to make arrests, the legal system often leads to the release of those involved, sending them back to the streets and perpetuating a cycle that is hard to escape.
Did you feel trapped?
Absolutely, I felt trapped. When I wanted to go see my family, when I wanted to go see or, take a break, it was, no, you're not take a break for what? I own you now.
Phoenix is also plagued by high crime rates, especially when it comes to violent crimes and property-related offenses. In 2024, violent crime in the city reached alarming levels, with incidents of aggravated assault, robbery, and homicide remaining significant concerns. Areas spanning from Interstate 17 to Central Avenue and from Dunlap to Peoria Avenue have long histories of entrenched gang activity. Tragically, gang-related violence sometimes claims the lives of innocent bystanders who have no connection to criminal activities, as seen in the high-profile murders of Bernardo Pantaleon and Osvaldo Hernandez Castillo. The gangs in Phoenix are involved not only in violence, but also in drug trafficking and property theft, creating complex challenges for law enforcement. The police have implemented numerous strategies to curb gang activity, yet intense enforcement alone often falls short in addressing the issue. As gang presence continues to spread, a heightened sense of insecurity permeates local communities, leaving residents on edge and wary. Phoenix is also in the grip of a severe drug crisis, particularly with opioids, which has led to thousands of lives lost. In 2022, it was estimated that around 991 people in Phoenix died from drug overdoses. Maricopa County, where Phoenix is located, recorded a non-fatal opioid overdose rate of 46.7 per 100,000 residents, and a fatal overdose rate of 22.3 per 100,000. Synthetic drugs like fentanyl pose an especially grave threat, with a historic drug bust in 2022 uncovering over 1 million fentanyl pills in a single Phoenix raid. Opioids such as fentanyl and other synthetic drugs are becoming increasingly accessible, especially in neighborhoods with significant gang and criminal activity. Many residents caught in cycles of addiction find it nearly impossible to access affordable or nearby rehabilitation resources, making recovery a steep uphill battle. This creates a vicious cycle of drug use, dependency, and loss of life, impacting not only individuals, but entire families and communities. The widespread nature of this crisis continues to leave lasting scars on Phoenix's social and economic landscape. Beyond social and criminal issues, Phoenix faces severe climate challenges. Summers in Phoenix are among the hottest in the world, with temperatures regularly staying above 100 degrees Fahrenheit for over 100 consecutive days. This extreme heat isn't just grueling, it's deadly, particularly for the homeless and low-income residents who lack access to air conditioning. Prolonged high temperatures also heighten the risk of widespread wildfires around the city, which not only destroy land, but also worsen air pollution, posing additional health risks for the community. Chronic water scarcity in the Sonoran Desert further compounds residents' burdens. Phoenix relies heavily on the Colorado River for its water supply, but prolonged droughts and rising demand have steadily reduced the available water. To sustain adequate supplies, the government has implemented strict water conservation policies, which may increase the cost of living for residents already feeling the economic strain. Public transportation in Phoenix falls short of adequately meeting the city's needs, with only two main options: bus routes and the Valley Metro Rail. Beyond these, Phoenix offers limited services such as Dial-A-Ride for people with disabilities, rideshare and carpool programs to reduce traffic, as well as taxis and ride-hailing options like Uber and Lyft. However, the public transit network in Phoenix lacks the complexity and accessibility of major cities like New York, leaving many residents reliant on personal vehicles for their daily mobility. This lack of robust public transportation disproportionately impacts low-income residents and the homeless, who struggle to reach essential services, employment, or medical assistance. The transportation gap creates social isolation for vulnerable populations, deepening social inequalities within the city, and, inevitably, worsening traffic congestion. Despite its allure as a thriving city in the Southwest Desert, Phoenix faces complex challenges on multiple fronts, from a severe homelessness crisis to issues with prostitution and gang crime. The city's social problems form a web of interconnected issues that are difficult to untangle. Meanwhile, the escalating opioid crisis devastates lives, strains public resources, and leaves a profound impact on communities throughout the city. Climate challenges further intensify the situation, with extreme temperatures and water shortages adding to the pressures on residents and infrastructure. Although the city government is attempting to address these issues through water conservation policies and expanded social services, the scope of Phoenix's challenges requires a holistic approach and greater support from state and federal governments to build a healthier, more sustainable environment for all its residents.